Oh my god, the Rangers have made a move. The Rangers have received Aroldis Chapman in a trade with the Royals. And the Royals receive Ronnie Cabrera and Cole Ragans. Before I get into Aroldis Chapman, Cole Ragans, formerly a top 30 prospect with the Rangers, was part of the 2021 All-Star Futures roster. And before he was called up, he had a great season in the minor leagues. In 2022, before he was called up, in AA and AAA, had a 3.04 ERA, over 10 Ks per nine, and 2.9 walks per nine, with a strikeout to walk ratio of 3.65. That is impressive. That led to his call up. Didn't quite have a good first year in the major leagues, and this year just couldn't gain any consistency. He had a great beginning of the season, having a very low ERA for the first couple weeks, but has been inconsistent since then. So the Royals are getting a relief pitcher that has starting pitching history. He was a starting pitcher before he became a reliever this year, and he could have potential upside in gaining that performance that he had in the minor leagues. And he's under team control until he's a free agent at the latest 2029. So, good reliever to pick up. Good starting pitcher / relief pitcher to pick up from the Royals. And Ronnie Cabrera. Fun fact, I mixed up Ronnie Cabrera's for some reason. I typed in the wrong Ronnie Cabrera. But the one who's with the Rangers, he's a 17-year-old international signing. He's only had 2 years in the minor leagues. But this season has a 320 batting average, 469 on-base percentage, and an over 1,000 OPS. So, young prospect that could potentially turn into an all-star player for the Royals, potentially. So, that is what the Royals are getting. But Aroldis Chapman. We all know the career that Aroldis Chapman's had, one of the most dominant relievers of the 2010s. But has had a little bit of a slump since roughly 2020. And it all seemed to have started when he gave up that series-losing home run to Jose Altuve. He was with the Yankees until 2022, but signed as a free agent this year with the Kansas City Royals and has done very well. He has a 2.45 ERA in 29 and a third innings, over 16 Ks per nine, hasn't had 16 Ks per nine since, if you don't include the 2020 season, which was a shortened season, it's the first time in a full season that he's had over 16 Ks per nine since 2018. That was his first All-Star season with the Yankees. So, great look. This is funny, too. In 2018, he had a 2.45 ERA, and this year he has a 2.45 ERA. And look at this. 16.3 Ks per night, 16.3 Ks per night. But the walks are a little up. The issue with Aroldis Chapman this season is that he's walking a lot of batters, but when you have a 1.71 FIP, that's telling me that he's being very efficient at striking out batters, at least. So, awesome season so far from Aroldis Chapman. He only has 2 saves, so that tells me he's probably been a setup reliever or middle relief pitcher most of the season. But this bolsters the bullpen, helping out a pretty exhausted bullpen, I'll say. And bolstering that bullpen to have a solid setup reliever or maybe a closer when Will Smith may not be available. So, awesome pickup. But this is going to be... This is, of course, the elephant in the room. Aroldis Chapman has he had a domestic violence suspension a few years ago. And the clubhouse may feel a certain way about that. It doesn't matter how I feel. But players, fans, they're going to have certain perspectives about that. So that is something to consider. But in terms of his baseball performance, this is a great reliever that the Rangers have picked up in Aroldis Chapman. So that's basically it. I like the trade a lot. They're getting a pitcher that could... The Royals are getting a pitcher that can help out their pitching staff. And they're getting a young international signing that could potentially
be an all-star or a really good player for them. So, great trade for both sides, really. But this is awesome. More bullpen help. That's what the Rangers need right now. But yeah, that is the complete trade. And my reaction to Aroldis Chapman being traded to the Rangers. Epic. Rangers played the Astros tonight, second series of the Silver Boot Series. John Gray and the bump. Let's go. So we have three pitchers right now. It's three starters. Dane Dunning, John Gray, and Nathan Eovaldi with ERAs below 3. Jeez, it was not too long ago where I wanted pitchers to have, at the most, an ERA below 4. Awesome stuff. But yeah, trade before the game tonight. Cool.